na yung practice po nila to sa Nagasaki is just right for, para i-share po sa mga ibang LGUs, para sila po mismo gawin nila yung good thing.
Yes, in fact, a lot of LGUs are trying to copy our own program. They are using our program as a template of their programs, but it's a really very tough program. I'm telling you, ang hirap because you will be encountering a lot of problems. But overall, the program has been doing well, despite all the problems, despite all the criticisms, despite all the impediments. I think the program is doing well. But we have already reached more than 8,000 families, and that's big enough. Considering the resources of considering the very limited resources of the city government of Naga. So, in terms of actual resources, lugi tayo. But we have the people. Kaya kami believe sa people. The human resources, ang gagaling ng mga taga-Naga. And we have been banking on the human resource ever since we took over the reins of the local government unit of Naga in 1988. That was a time when Mayor Jesse Roberto came in as mayor of Naga City. We consider the urban poor sector not as a problem, but as veritable partners in development. So that was the concept behind that program. And it's really one of the most successful programs of the city government, and also one of the most controversial programs whenever we have elections.
Yes.
Okay, you can field the questions.
Controversial.
Sir, what are the awards or recognitions Naga City has received for its excellence in socialized housing?
Remember that we were given a special citation by the United Nations Development Program. Our program was cited as one of the best practices in the world, not only in Asia but in the world, sometime in 1996. So multi-awarded yan, multi-awarded talaga yan, as in internationally recognized. Even the United Nations Development Program cited that ang tabay sa kausugan as one of the best practices in the world.
Next question po. What are the requirements needed to attain these awards po? Yung mga na-receive po.
Ang Naga? Dapat magaling ka talaga eh. You will not be recognized by these award-giving bodies, by these agencies, if your programs are not really that good. Because they have this background check. They try to go to the place, validate and everything. So you just cannot say, okay, our program is good, occupants there. Nandito ang controversy sa titling. It's not that easy to get the titles because we have to go through a lot of processes. We have to deal with the Land Registration Authority. We have to deal with the controversial. Here. Registration.
Deeds. Register of deeds?
Yeah, register of deeds.
ROD.
Medyo may problema din dyan. And ang hirap. Sometimes we encounter a lot of difficulties in finally getting the titles. So that has been the bone of controversy during elections. That our detractors have been saying that we do not have the titles, we are not working on these titles. That's not true. We're doing everything to get the titles, and so that the beneficiaries will have that peace of mind. They are staying in an area which they can really call their own.
As the Vice Mayor po, what could be your legislative agenda or support concerning the socialized housing in Naga?
We have been coming up with legislative measures addressing the concerns of the urban poor. In fact, I am one of the co-authors of the Kaantabay sa Kauswagan. Way back in the 1990s when I was still a councilor, I was one of the co-authors of the Kaantabay sa Kauswagan. And since then, we have been coming up with all the ordinances and resolutions which directly or indirectly address the concerns of the urban poor. We have been linking up with the Urban Poor Affairs Office. We created, by the way, the Urban Poor Affairs Office precisely to handle the problems and concerns of the urban poor. We have been linking up with the Urban Poor Federation of Naga City. We have been supporting them morally, financially, everything, just to strengthen the urban poor program in the city of Naga. And our ultimate objective is for that dissolution of the Urban Poor Federation. Because if we don't have an Urban Poor Federation, so that means that we no longer have urban poor settlers in Naga City. So that's our ultimate objective.
As a resident, I observed that there are a lot of developers coming from different places in the Philippines, putting up developing subdivisions or yeah. What is why do we attract developers here in Naga City? What is the degree of compliance of developers in terms of legal requirements or mandate for housing or subdivision?
They cannot put up subdivisions in Naga if they do not comply with all the requirements. We have a very rigorous process to check and recheck whether all these subdivisions have complied with the requirements of the City of Naga. We have the Committee on Land Use to check on that. We welcome the entry of developers, but we have been warning them to, well, somehow balance everything. That in the process of developing the area, we should not compromise the environmental sustainability here in the city of Naga.
Does the government monitor the compliance of the developers in Naga?
We have a system of monitoring the compliance, and the principal group responsible for the monitoring of the compliance of the developers is the Committee on Land Use. And we also have the Urban Poor Affairs Office. It also assists the Committee on Land Use to monitor the compliance, especially about the environmental sustainability. But they cannot start the project without the clearance from the DNR. They have to get the ECC, Environmental Compliance Certificate.
So, aside from free taxes and that they are paying, what other benefits do the people get from them? Are there other partnerships with these developers other than housing? Do these developers offer partnership like private-public partnership?
Yes. We have been encouraging PPPs, public-private partnerships, and we have been trying to, well, lure them into coming up with certain partnerships in order to address environmental concerns. And we have also been trying to convince all these developers to help us out in providing shelter to the urban poor, because most of these developers cater to the upper class and the middle class. So we have been trying to tell them, okay, help us out in strengthening the urban poor program. If they can come up with ideas which can further strengthen the program, we welcome them.
Other agencies like NGAs or NGOs contribute or help make our housing programs better. We
have a partner, an NGO partner, COPE. I guess COPE, and the COPE has been helping the city government since the inception of the program. And in fact, before we formalized the urban poor program, COPE had been working with the urban poor sectors here in Naga City. Before we came in, before Mayor Jesse Robredo and I came in, before we handled the reins of the local government unit of Naga, during the time of Mayor Carlos Lut del Castillo, the COPE group, the non-government youth organization known as COPE, was already working with the urban poor sector of the city in coming up with appropriate programs and projects to address the concerns of the urban poor. So when we formalized the urban poor program, our major partner is the Co. And lately, the World Bank has come in. So we have also a project of the World Bank there, the establishment of the drainage system in Triangulo, Lerma, and some areas there, and in the flood-prone areas in the city. So the World Bank has gone local from international projects. The World Bank is now trying to check on the local projects, and the funding was given in the form of a grant, not a loan.
Is there anything unique about the Naga City Housing Program? What are these? Why was this thought of? What propelled through this thought or design?
I think first we really need to address in a very systematic manner the urban problem in the city of Naga. So we have the Paantabay sa Kauswagan program also. So as I told you earlier, this is not a perfect program. So we are trying to encourage people to give us feedbacks on how we can improve, we can further strengthen the program.